Hello and welcome to Two Guys, Many Bad Movies. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron.
And I'm your other host, Paul.
And what did we watch this time?
We watched the Doom movie, which is 15 years old at the time of recording. Which is
nearly 16 years old actually at this stage. Holy shit.
Yeah,
we're not Doom Annihilation. It's Doom 2005. The one with The Rock in it.
Yeah.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, not to spoil too much, but we might be looking at Annihilation.
At some point.
Yeah, at some point. Maybe in March.
It's kind of relevant that we're doing Doom because of Doom Eternal coming out.
Yeah,
it's coming out.
It's just like less than 2 months now.
Yeah, it's less than 2 months away.
Personally, I'm extremely excited for that.
Yeah, and you also not platinumed because there's no platinum trophy for it, but you also got all the trophies in Doom VR or VFR. Sorry.
Yeah, and I got the platinum in Doom 2016 as well.
Yeah, so we know our shit when it comes to Doom, and by we I mean Paul. I did play through. I did beat the Doom 2016, but I never got the platinum trophy.
I don't consider myself an expert, but I know enough about Doom to, talk about an adaptation.
Well, yeah. So this particular adaptation, I have no clue who directed. Was it an Italian guy? I don't know.
Probably.
I think it was some Italian fella who's sometimes considered the. No, maybe it's not Italian. Maybe he's not Italian. Maybe he's like something else. I'm really, really confused. Yeah. But anyhow, so how does this movie start exactly? I'm asking you. I already know, but
that's a very good question, actually. It just basically cuts to like a thing on Mars.
Well, okay, so there's an opening narration, and it's an opening crawl, and you can do that. You can do that in a movie. There's nothing inherently wrong with doing that. I mean, Lord of the Rings does that, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, because of its narration, it explains something about Mars.
Yep.
And we find out that explorers on Mars find this portal device. Now, if you're playing the game, if you've never seen the movie, and you're playing the game thinking, oh, this is a portal to hell, clearly.
Yeah, right?
No.
Oh.
No, hell gets referenced over and over and over again, but it's in the casual sort of go to hell kind of shit.
Yeah, spoiler alert, you don't actually get to see what hell looks like.
No, because hell never even, it's never even considered to be hell, as it seems. So because of this opening narration, we find out there's a base on Mars, and we find that this is set in 2046.
26 years from now.
26 years from now, as of time of recording.
That's fucked up.
Well, it's not that it's fucked up, it's that you would imagine that by 2046, there'd be new technologies and shit.
Yeah.
But we see the Mars base. We see the Mars base.
Well, there is some weird technology, but that's for later.
Yeah, but that's for later. On this Mars base, we see a bunch of researchers being killed. In the background, there's rock music.
Yeah.
Because Doom.
Yeah, it kind of gets you in the mood, and I like how one of the researchers there is named Dr. Carmack after one of the game's designers.
Well, actually, okay, Carmack. I didn't realize that was the name of one of the game's designers. It's just that. So I just kept calling him Tarmac.
Oh, Jesus.
I just kept calling him Tarmac.
No, I thought it was a cute reference, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just a bit of a pariah to some degree.
I remember the sound effects sounding like really cheap and funny, like during the first few kills, like they sounded pretty stock.
Yeah, because It's kind of odd in that sense because
because the rest of the movie looks fairly high budget and sounds fairly high budget. So I just
mid budget. I'd say mid to high budget.
Yeah, well, considering the time it was made, it was probably like really high budget, or at least decently. It had a decent sized budget.
And so we see. So after this sort of intro scene where everybody's being killed and we got Dr. Carmack, or Tarmac as I keep calling him. I don't even know why I kept writing that in my notes. I just thought it was funny. I don't know why. So it's 2046, and we see shirtless Dwayne in the scene where Dwayne Johnson and the rest of the lads.
You know what's cooking here?
Yeah. Dwayne and the rest of the lads are in the room together, and by room I mean somewhere in. They're not on the Mars base, are they?
No, they're on like a military base on Earth, and
like a UAC. The UAC is referenced several times, so it's
and just one of the guys is just gaming on this weird looking handheld.
It genuinely looks like a Game Boy.
Yeah,
but bulkier. It's like if you were to take. No, do you know what he looks like? It looks like he's playing a Wii U.
Yeah, Wii U gamepad.
This Wii U gamepad. This like ridiculously bulky shit. So I wrote it's 2046, and this guy's playing a Game Boy from the 90s.
Yeah.
And so we find out. I'm terrible with names because I didn't even write down the names for a lot of the characters.
I think I have the name of the dude you're talking about. Just hold on.
Dude I'm talking about, or the dude that's like right next to the note beneath it, because the note beneath it is a bit of a doozy.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe not. Oh no, Portman. Oh no, Portman or
Portman?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, Portman. I think is actually his name.
Yeah, who was like easily the most hateable character. In
he's definitely the most. He's like the least likable. He's such a. How do I say this? Creep. He's creepier than me. He's way creepier than me. Like
yeah.
But one of the things he says, I'm gonna go out with I'm gonna go out there into whatever with 3 she-boys, and I'm gonna shag them.
Yeah, that's like a sign you could tell the movie was made in
2005. You know, that kind of.
Because Jesus Christ,
she's like, it's like the writer's room. It's like, what's that weird form of Japanese porn where it's like dudes but they look like chicks? What's it? Bishonen? No, the other one. Oh yeah, Futanari. Yeah, that one. That one. Yeah.
So anyway, ignoring that you just said that, one of the soldiers. One of the soldiers' names is Duke, which got me really confused, because like, wait, am I watching a Doom movie or a Duke Nukem movie?
Duke Nukem movie. Duke Nukem Doom hybrid.
Yeah.
Now, The Rock is actually Duke Nukem.
Yeah. But honestly, that would be a way better movie.
That would actually be a way better movie. So, handle ID, one of them is called The Kid, so I wrote, my handle ID, The Coomer.
Yeah, my handle ID, Potato.
You actually wrote your own one as well?
Yeah. No, I just came up with it right now.
Well, you are Irish. Potato famine.
Okay.
So the main protagonist, his handle ID is Reaper from Overwatch.
Oh dear.
So I think it's fair to say that this movie predicted Overwatch.
I guess. And then also there's a throwaway line that says, you gotta face your demons sometimes, which is very, very subtle foreshadowing. Very subtle.
Yeah, it's a little on the subtle side, isn't it?
And then there's another scene where they enter this like over the top looking elevator, and it's just so strange looking. Do you remember that?
Yeah, there's like a weird elevator. They keep saying game time.
Yeah, do you get it? Because it's based off a video game.
Do you get it?
Ow.
Do you get it?
Ow. Stop hitting me. Alright.
Do you get it? It's a video game movie. Get it?
Yeah, do you get it?
Do you not fucking get it?
Yeah, so then they they prepare to go to Mars and shit. And how would you expect these tough Marines in this badass sci-fi movie to get to Mars?
I would assume via a weird portal device.
No, they just jump into like a gooey ball.
This is going to a good. I said it looked like liquid glass.
Yeah,
like liquid glass. That's what I said it looked like.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
So we meet this one character. This other character. This is the guy who doesn't have a bottom half.
Yeah, he's half.
He got half. He's Darth Maul.
Yeah,
he got half of him chopped off. This is what happened to Darth Maul after it's canon. He reminds me of the Quark Bob from the first Ratchet and Clank game. It's like, Clank, do you notice anything unusual about Captain Quark? Yes, well, I find the fact that he has a spring where his legs should be to be quite troubling. And why do you think that is? Possibly an injury occurred while battling evil? This isn't the real Quark, you numbskull. It's a robot! Yeah. Yes, I know that entire scene.
Yeah, it's a nice one. See, my biggest takeaway from the scene is that they named this guy Pinky, which is one of the names of the demons.
Oh, yeah. So they keep making references to the game, which, I can actually appreciate that. But at the same time, it does make me wish it was, actually, the end of it was actually set in hell. That would be really fucking cool.
That would be great.
So the perverted guy, Portman, he finds these few girls. He's like, we want to strip search you. Like, okay, fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
One of our heroes, ladies and gentlemen.
This guy's meant to be on our side. He's not the villain. He's not a villain. He's meant to be a good guy. But he's like, okay.
Yeah.
If you know me, you know that I'm not, that I'm a fucking coomer. Okay? I'm a fuck. But, Jesus Christ, I don't go around to random chicks and go, I want to strip search you.
Show me your tits, missus. Okay, but...
Bob's or Vagana, whichever will it be.
Please. And then there's this movie has fucking kill cams in it, which, I mean, how could you not love it?
Kill cams.
Yeah, because, like, there's a shot where I think one of the Marines dies, or they shoot something, and then it shows, like, the thing dying on, like, their guns, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah, it's like in Grand Theft Auto, where when you kill, like, an enemy, it'll say, an X will go over. That's for convenience sake. That's for, like, the player.
Yeah.
You don't put that in a movie.
Yeah.
It's just kind of...
Okay, so then, like, the Marines or whatever, they go into this, like, laboratory, right? Where it's all dark and creepy, and they have these things in jars.
Well, they have these things in jars, like these beating hearts. But,
Yeah,
like,
I actually really like the special effects here, like, the practical effects.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool, but, like, it's in these beating hearts in these research labs. But I think... very quickly, then, we see, also in this research lab, if I'm not mistaken, don't we see dogs in cages?
Yeah.
Fuck this movie.
No, but, like, while I like that scene, it also reminds me way too much of Aliens, and it just makes me wish I was watching that.
Well, yeah, it does have that sort of Aliens type thing. So... well, I can't remember the context of this particular note, but I did write down that the pervert guy gets an electric shock.
Oh yeah, he was fucking around with something in the lab, I think.
Oh yeah, he was fucking with something in the lab and he gets an electric shock. Is that karma?
Yeah, that is
That's karma.
That is karma.
Unless he's also a masochist. What if he's actually like the Marquis de Sade? That would be fucked up as all shit.
Yeah, and we actually get a look at the BFG fairly early on.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson heads over to, like, this one particular room.
Yeah.
And we see it, and it comes down.
Yeah,
like,
but there's a weird bit of censorship, though. They call it the Big Force Gun.
it's the big fucking gun! It's not even called the big fucking gun, it's like a blast field generator or some shit.
Yeah, but, like, most people know it
Most people know it as the big fucking gun. That's what everybody calls it.
Yeah, like, if you're not gonna, like, use the correct name, don't just use Big Force Gun or whatever. Because, like, the characters throw around the fuck word a lot. Just let
They do throw around the fuck word. It's why would you censor it in any way? No, here's what I think happened. Is I think the directors and the writers, they knew that it wasn't actually called the big fucking gun. They knew it wasn't actually called that, and that's just what everybody calls it because it's a fun name. So they're like, oh, what is it? And they couldn't, and this was in 2004 or 2005, so there was no such thing as Google back then.
Yeah.
So they go on to Bing and go on and search it up, but they couldn't find it on Bing, so they just went, well, fuck it, it's the Big Force Gun. That's the only way. That's the only explanation I have.
Pretty lame, but what can you do?
Okay, so
then we explore more of the lab, and then, there's some cool skeletons in these glass cases, which, I'm taking what I can get because I really don't give a fuck about any of these characters.
Well, I think... Okay, so what happens is Lucy, who's this...
oh yeah, the scientist.
The scientist, she's explaining about how... she has, like, an extra pair of chromosomes or some shit. And I'm like, isn't that Down syndrome?
That's a... Ooh, yeah.
That's, like, it gives her super healing, apparently.
Which, okay.
Okay, like, you have this extra pair of chromosomes that would normally... because that does happen in real life.
Apparently so.
She gets super healing instead?
I don't get it. And there's another scene where, like, one of the Marines is taking, like, this drug. Quote unquote?
Quote unquote drug.
Yeah, and it just looks like green Skittles.
Green Skittles. Yeah, but that's probably what it was, and this movie is an allegory for sugar is bad or some shit. I don't know.
Okay, so remember the weird technology I was bringing up earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of nanowalls?
Okay, the nanowall thing, what it reminds me of is it's like the portals from Portal, except you can actually get chopped in half if it gets fucked up.
Yeah.
Which happens multiple times in the movie.
Yeah.
The
spoiler alert.
Spoilers for like the two people who decided to listen to this before watching the they also wanted to watch the movie for whatever reason.
It's just
the nanowalls. I'll admit it, right? I actually thought they were alright. They were pretty cool, except for the fact that. No, actually, no, not except for the fact I genuinely think it is cool that they had these nano walls here that did the same thing as like Portal, and you know how in Portal when it was explicitly programmed you could never chop yourself in half, like that was explicitly programmed by Valve. Yeah. Except here, they actually get chopped in half.
Yeah, for like a kill potential, it's cool, but why not just use a regular door, like sliding holographic doors. I suppose the only way... I suppose it's kind of like referencing how, like, there's hidden walls in Doom. But, I don't know, I just think regular doors would have worked a lot better.
Nah, I'm a fan of the nano walls.
Right, okay, there's our first argument there.
The first argument, we're going to have an argument over a fucking, like, type of door.
Hey, fuck you, buddy, I like regular doors.
Fuck you, buddy, I like over-fanciful, resource-dependent... teleport doors.
You're not my buddy, pal. Okay, so what happens next?
I can't remember the exact next scene, but it is that. But I did write down that there was a scene where a bunch of demons show up, but there's a bunch of flashing lights.
Oh yeah, right. I actually do like how the scene looks as well. It looks pretty cool, even if it doesn't really scream Doom to me with the blue, with the dark blue again.
Don't they play rock music again at this point?
I think so.
Yeah, because a lot of the soundtrack is just like rock music, which is perfectly fine. If you're gonna have some, hard rock, some heavy metal in there for the sake of your soundtrack. It's just that at the same time, for me, it kind of cements the cheese for me. It's kind of like, this is a fucking cheesy movie.
But either way, it's no Mick Gordon, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not Mick Gordon. Mick Gordon is a legend.
Yeah,
a legend. So there's
and then there's a demon jump scare.
Okay, there is a demon jump scare,
which thanks for that. You really gotta do the whole Doom 3 thing on us, since that was the newest game at the time.
Okay, so I think don't they go into...
Yeah, they go into a sewer.
They go into the sewer level, so a sewer level shows up.
This is really the most gamey video game movie.
This is actually the most video game movie we've seen so far, and we haven't seen any before this one, so yeah, there's that.
That's fucked up. Right.
Tarmac is like dead or some shit.
Yeah, he gets like possessed or whatever.
He gets fucking possessed.
Yeah. And then another Space Marine man gets killed by, this like pinky demon or dog demon.
So they're going around. They're walking around the sewers, and one fella, and this is kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. This is a fucked up thing. This one fella, he starts cutting himself. No lie.
Yeah, in the shape of a cross.
In the shape of a cross, because he blasphemed against the Holy Spirit. Again, making references to the whole hell thing and the Christianity shit.
But again, we never see hell.
We never see hell. We never actually see hell in this movie.
It's just, it's really disappointing.
It's really disappointing. But he's cutting himself. It's like, that's really fucked up.
Yeah.
That is real fucked up,
Okay, but like when the Space Marine dude, John Space Marine, dies, I actually really like the gore effects they used. It looked good, and along with the prosthetics and stuff for the demon that killed him. Again, gotta give props when they're due.
We've been praising this movie a lot. This is two guys' many bad movies, but
we're praising.
Well, to be fair, that's because we're not caustic critics who accentuate the negative.
I know, but like the stuff, I'm only giving praise because I can barely remember what I disliked. Well, not that I remember what I disliked, but mostly because the rest of it is so uninteresting.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of uninteresting scenes in it. Well, actually, there's a lot of uninteresting scenes in this. But, so, we get a jump scare with Carmack.
Yeah.
And
Doom 3, shy.
So it's fucking... So, I don't know why, but we go into the research lab again, and we see the dogs have been killed.
Yeah, again.
The dogs have been fucking killed. Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. They killed the dogs.
I think The Rock says fuck at one point, which is really funny to hear for some reason.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you why. It's funny.
Yeah, when they're in the sewer level, I wrote in my notes, I kind of want to go vegan now. Good thing I have vegan meals, aka Oreos. Seriously, if I were to go vegan, I would not be any healthier. I would not. I'd just be eating Oreo after Oreos and like the occasional apple and banana.
Yeah, alright. But
maybe a bit of bread and chips, and that's it. That would be my diet.
But, what do you think of the demon designs in the movie? Or alien designs, I guess, since they're not...
They do look... I don't know. It's never explicitly stated that they're demons. I don't know. I kind of like them, but at the same time, I don't really remember them very well. I think...
I remember them more for the fact that they were made with practical effects in an era where CGI was like the big thing.
Oh, well, thank fuck, because that would have been way worse if they had CGI. Jesus.
Yeah, again, I admire the craftsmanship in movies like this.
Again, this is Two Guys, Many Bad Movies, but it's okay, we're allowed praise to movies, because it's fine, because at the very least, because again, it seems that we have an increase in quality the longer we do this.
Yeah, I feel like the next movie, though, is going to go down somewhat, but our enjoyment will go higher, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think we're gonna love the next one. Oh, trust me.
Yeah, trust me. We'll say it at the end. Don't worry.
We'll say at the end which one we're doing. You just keep listening to this. So we have another really, really obvious jump scare where they're in the sewers, and again, you can just tell there's going to be a jump scare. And what you know, there's a jump scare.
Yeah. Woo, spooky!
I wrote down a line here. I thought being in the shit was a figure of speech. And I wrote, #sewer level.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing, apparently, #sewer level.
Yeah, if Portman starts being like a bitch again or whatever, and then The Rock shits on him, which was really satisfying.
In the sewer. He shits on him in the sewer.
Yeah, I don't mean like literally.
But I know you don't mean literally.
I just mean like, oh.
I also wrote, be careful, the pee-pee poo-poo man's gonna get you.
Oh shit, I thought we were done with him.
No, all movies are in the same universe.
Oh my god.
All movies exist in the same, well, not the same universe, they exist in the same multiverse, and the pee-pee poo-poo man has the ability to transcend parallel universes.
Right, okay.
That's clearly. So, Portman gets covered in in piss shit, because he gets dragged down by the demon.
Yeah.
I feel like that's karma again.
Wait, we forgot to talk about the dissection scene with the doctor lady and another Marine.
Okay.
They're like, okay, so like they start dissecting this dude and then like fuck off for a bit, I guess, to talk about something. But then one of the bodies like suddenly comes back to life, right? You know, like a zombie. And then he's crawling towards them and he tries to break in by banging his head off the window.
Oh yeah, I remember this scene now. He's trying to break through what I presume is reinforced glass by smashing his head through the window.
It's so funny looking.
It's so dumb.
But I love it.
It's so fucking dumb. Like, it's not even remotely terrifying. It's just like, he's like, okay, that's your technique. He still had hands at this point.
Yeah.
He could have been like, but no, he uses his face.
Yeah, like, FaceTime.
FaceTime. This podcast is not sponsored by that app.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so then we get to, Portman getting dragged through shit and piss, which, again, another highlight. Yeah. I feel like that's, but I feel like knowing him, he's probably the kind of person who would enjoy that. Ew.
So, Christ.
That's disgusting.
It is disgusting, yeah,
And he does mention something about shitting his pants later on, but that's besides the point.
He actually he says like, oh, do you want me to shit me pants here? And it's like, okay, then go to the loo. And he goes into the toilet, but that's a bit later.
Yeah. Okay. So what happens next?
So we have a line here where because all these people have been killed,
the body count is slowly but surely rising.
We've got I think a goat gets killed at a random point.
Yeah, for
some reason.
Fuck goats.
I wrote goat gets the ow. That's my note.
That's a good note.
That's a good note. Rear reinforcements. I wrote that down because that's a line that The Rock says where I remember Reaper's going, oh, come on, there's only like 4 or 5 of us. And I think one of us died earlier. I can't remember because I don't remember half the shit about this movie, even though I wrote notes.
Yeah, me neither.
And he said, dude, we are the reinforcements.
Ooh. That's badass.
Yeah, because I'm the Rock. I mean, don't get me wrong, I fucking love the Rock.
Yeah, I like him too.
He's a cool guy. But, so we alluded to earlier...
Oh yeah,
about the Husks, about the nano walls.
Yep.
So the Husks start chasing our protagonists, and they go through the nano wall.
Yep.
But the Husk gets cut in half via the nano wall.
Yeah, which again is a pretty cool kill.
Which is pretty cool. But I feel like that's the only reason the nano walls are there.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm defending the nano walls, because that's a cool fucking kill.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, yes, they're impractical as shit. But it's like shitting on a toilet made of gold or platinum.
I mean, hey, if it works.
The toilet is gold. The bathtub is platinum.
Whatever. All right. What happens next? I think
you keep asking what happens next.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
No, I forgot as well. Okay, I've been forgetting this.
Okay, so then I think Portman fucking dies.
No, I don't think he dies yet. What happens is, he ends up. He ends up getting. He ends up in the toilet.
Oh right.
Yeah, because he ends up in the toilet and he goes on his calm thing and he starts talking about how this mission's fucked up or some shit.
Yeah.
Ugh, bad things are happening. But he's on the toilet. He's taking a shit. Again, this character is so unlikable because he's the most disgusting character we've seen so far. He is truly gross. And that's coming from me. If you know my internet history, which you shouldn't, you know that means something. If I think it's gross, then that means something.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Right.
But he's taking a shit. He's talking about that, and so he gets dragged off by some demon.
Yeah,
He goes out of the toilet. I think he does get out off the toilet. I don't think he literally dies on the toilet. It would have been better if he did.
True.
But he gets dragged off and fucking eviscerated by some demons.
Like, thank fuck. And I think Pinky laughs at him dying, from what I remember.
Does somebody actually laugh at that?
Yeah, like Pinky. And I was like, hey, that's how I feel.
Yeah, thank fuck this character's dead.
Yeah, thank God.
I mean, getting covered in pissy shit is not enough. He has to actually die now.
Yeah, so
that's
props on them for giving him like a miserable death.
Yeah, it would have been better if he died via death by being killed by
death by vor.
No, not vor. I'm not that gross, Paul.
Right. Okay.
I've seen POV vor. Ugh. Like, that's a thing.
Yeah. Ew.
No kink shaming, by the way, if you're into that.
No, I'm kink shaming. Okay, whatever. Moving on.
No, but he
yeah, he fucking dies.
It would have been better if he was killed by bullet ant, like just 1,000 bullet ants stung him to death. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
So we have John goes over to this particular vista that we can see over the Mars base. Also, another thing. Now this is a very minor thing. I didn't actually write it down in my notes, but they're on Mars the whole time. They've been on Mars.
Yeah, it's kind of inconsequential.
It's inconsequential. Okay, yeah, you could then say, oh, it's 2046. It's far enough in the future for us to get to Mars. Whatever. That kind of technology probably exists at that stage. But what I find weird is that, and this is the same with The Martian, so I don't know why I'm ragging about it on this movie. And also, I don't know how they would have done it, but gravity on Mars is way weaker than gravity on Earth. So I should be able to jump much higher.
Yeah,
but they're not.
Again, I think it's just because they're like in a base, so then
maybe like this artificial.
Yeah, artificial gravity.
I don't know how artificial gravity works. That's just hand waving it off pretty much. If you
also, isn't there like a scene where they shoot off the BFG in first person?
Oh yeah, but that's a bit later.
Right.
So John goes over and he has this John, aka Reaper.
Yeah.
Goes over and he has this this flashback to what I presume he has a flashback to. I didn't even write down what was on this flashback. It was just
sad
flashback. His wife died or some shit.
Yeah, it's really generic and boring.
It's kind of like yeah, it's sad. It's sad, but
you know, it's pretty much like what a Call of Duty protagonist would be.
I've never played any Call of Duty game ever. No lie.
No, but it's just like...
But I've played multiplayer, but I've never played single player.
It's so generic. But whatever, moving on.
So, they have there's another fight, and I said, again, this is darker than the Battle of Winterfell. I have no clue what is going on.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt.
I think there's flashing lights in this one as well.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of flashing lights.
This movie is attempting to give us a seizure.
So there's a dissecting scene.
Yeah, which
with the go? Am I getting that wrong? No, not the go.
No, it wasn't a go. It was like with one of the zombies.
It was one of the zombies, and it actually was really gross. Like, it genuinely grossed me out.
Yeah.
Not as much as Portman as a character, but he did gross me out a fair bit. And... Yeah,
I just enjoyed it for the craftsmanship. Again, I'm a sick fuck.
No, he actually did really, like, I actually genuinely was nearly going to vomit watching that thing.
Okay, so then I think we get a bit of backstory on, like, how these things appeared, right?
Yeah.
And it's just basically all because of people trying to play God. So, remember, don't play God.
But again, the religion thing... The Christianity and like religions are constantly referenced, and like hell and all this is constantly referenced because you know how in Doom hell is a thing and the demons are in hell and you go down but it's never actually shown. Again, we keep pointing out that hell is never actually shown.
Yeah. Okay, and then also, but they hand wave the whole dubious morality of it by saying, "Oh, they're just criminals," you know, so it's okay to perform inhumane experiments on them.
Yeah, this movie was made by the SCP Foundation very clearly.
Honestly, it'd work better as an SCP movie.
That would actually be really cool if someone were to make a movie about like the SCP Foundation. That would be pretty fucking cool. So after Portman goes get the poo poo, we get what I call Chekhov's big fucking gun. Yep. Which comes in the form of The Rock showing up with big fucking gun.
Yep, which is shot from the first person, which it looks pretty cool.
It's really cool, and it does a lot of damage. Like, it actually does environmental damage. Like, it damages the scenery as well.
Yeah, it's one of the
which is really fucking cool.
It's pretty memorable.
It is actually pretty cool. The big fucking... They did well with the BFG. They did well with the BFG, I'm not gonna lie. Except for calling it the big force gun.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Okay, so then there's some science mumbo-jumbo. And then the Marines start to get ready. And I wrote down this one line because I found it really lame. And it was like, if it breathes, kill it. That... yeah, it's like... If it breathes, kill it. Alright then, I shot you. Yeah, that...
Oh wait, I'm breathing too.
Yeah. It doesn't sound anywhere near as badass as the scriptwriter probably intended it to be. Because, like, it just made me think of that one famous line from Predator. Like, if it bleeds, we can kill it. Like, that's a cool line.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. Yeah. Gods don't bleed.
Alright, so what happens next?
So after... So with the big fucking gun and Portman being killed, we see there's a scene where Lucy and the rest of the fellas are looking at Tarmac, who has at this point been turned into the husk. Because again, the plot, you might be saying, again, you're doing a terrible job with the plot. Okay. Basically, this extra chromosome can either turn people into husks for some reason or give them superpowers. Yeah. And we don't know why. Yeah. It's either one of the two.
Yeah, and they say some shit about how the full potential of the brain hasn't been figured out or something, even though that...
Okay, first of all, the full potential of the brain, when this movie was created, which was what, 2004?
Yeah, around that time period.
Around 2004, 2005. At that time, it's true that we had not mapped everything in the brain. We had not mapped that out. But 5 years after the game was the fucking movie. It's so similar to a video game, might as well be one, which is the point, I guess. Yeah. We did. Now, bear in mind, this is 2046.
Yeah, so...
This is 36 years after we, in real life, have actually mapped out the whole of the human brain. So, and I think this is a comment towards, there not being the full potential of the brain, only 10% of the brain or some shit, which is not actually true. Yeah, it's not true. It's a common myth, common misconception. Yep. But full potential of the brain has not been figured out. So Lucy tries to say, well, maybe Tarmac's condition is reversible. Maybe we can undo the husk thing. To which Dwayne Johnson pulls a renegade, Commander Shepard, pulls a renegade interrupting, shoots Tarmac's husk, and goes, Tarmac's condition is irreversible.
Which I suppose...
Which I
suppose he's right.
It's like foot on the fucking
Yeah, The Rock starts being a bit of an asshole.
You start thinking, oh shit, he's gone the full renegade. He's pulling all the renegade options.
Yeah, because...
I wouldn't be surprised if his eyes don't start glowing red or some
and
shit.
at one point he shoots a new recruit because he made a mistake.
Oh yeah, he starts shooting people randomly. This comes out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, it's this new recruit, he makes a mistake and he's like, oh, we can't be letting that happen. But Jesus, he's only a newbie.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. But again, it's one of the more interesting things that happens.
Yeah, he's just...
Okay, so then there's...
He was specifically told not to as well.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous, because he's specifically told not to kill people, but he just starts killing people.
Yeah, I think using the BFG gave him big dick syndrome, aka I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, the BDD.
Yeah.
Or BDG, or whatever. BDS.
CB,
I don't fucking know. I'm terrible at acronyms.
CBT.
I wrote down a line here where... I can't remember whether it was Sarge or whatever who was asking, what are you down on? I said, I don't know, BBW prawn.
Okay. So, I think we're getting to, the soul I think we're getting to,
the big highlight of the movie.
Yeah.
The one scene that even the people who think this is the worst movie ever... Now, bear in mind, this might be Two Guys, Many Bad Movies. We don't think this is the worst movie ever made by any stretch.
Yeah, this is an improvement over both
both the previous movies.
Yeah, but this is really damn cool.
This is fucking cool, right? So, what happens is, our boy,
John Reaper.
Actually, before that, there's a funny scene where, just before that, where Sarge gets pulled by the demons through the nanoball, and he goes, wait, I'm not supposed to die, I'm the Rock! The Rock doesn't die in anything! He gets pulled out.
Yeah, and my point about having a regular door is proven, but... Whatever.
But Reaper, aka John, aka the protagonist of this movie, gets killed, right? Yeah. But he doesn't get killed. He's dying. Lucy comes up to him and goes, oh, what are you doing? I've got this extra chromosome. No, don't give me Down syndrome. What the fuck? You can't do that. It's going to physically alter my facial structure. It's like, how? You can't actually do that, though. Yeah. You're like, okay. So she goes and says, but it might turn me into a husk. It's like, no, I know you. And I know that the plot is going to make it so that you get the superpowers from it. Because because you're the protagonist. Yeah. She doesn't say that. She might as well.
Yeah, but Lucy and John, they're supposed to be siblings, but it comes off more like they're lovers. And it's...
Wait, they're siblings? I genuinely thought they were going to be like lovers. What the fuck?
Yeah, I thought that too.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's only after I looked up the plot on Wikipedia, it was like,
Oh, shit. This isn't Game of Thrones.
Yeah, okay, but anyway...
No, wait, hold on. Let me just... I keep referencing Game of Thrones. I have to stop doing it. Yeah, sorry. This isn't Star Wars.
Shut up. Okay, so...
So he gets injected.
Yeah, he gets injected.
And he falls asleep. But then he wakes up.
Yeah, and then
we see POV from his perspective.
Yeah.
And it's like a first-person shooter battle scene.
And it's great.
And it is fucking amazing. And not even ironically. Yeah, a lot of the movies that we watch on this show, and a lot of movies that we're gonna watch, they're terrible, but they're ironically enjoyable. This, I unironically think, is one of the most awesome things I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah, it's just undeniably, it's so cool.
He has this fucking gun. He's the gun, and he's shooting... he's shooting demons, and it's from a first-person perspective. It's like never seen that done before in a movie.
It's incredibly well done.
It is actually really cool.
Yeah, I think you'd...
And he pulls out a chainsaw at one point. It does the chainsaw.
Yeah, that's
kill.
great.
It is so cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Ah.
If you like that part of the movie, you might like Hardcore Henry. That's an entire movie filmed from
first-person perspective. Yeah, because this one scene, this is the thing, right? This movie, again, it's the best of the three that we've done so far. Mm-hmm. This movie's the best one we've done so far. You can find this on Netflix. If you don't want to watch the whole movie, because the rest of it's pretty
Yeah,
okay, I get it, right? Especially the bits with Portman. You'll probably vomit a few times.
Yeah, or you can just watch it, or you can just look it up on the internet.
No. Just look up that one scene. Watch that one scene. You need to see it. It is the most amazing thing. Not even ironically.
Yeah.
Like, the room is ironically amazing. This is unironically awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
And as it turns out, Sarge is still alive. Because, you know, The Rock never dies in anything he's in. Except he does.
And he's evil now. And
he's evil. He's evil. He's the bad guy now.
Yeah, which...
Get it? He's like...
Yeah.
I was going to make a reference to Game of Thrones, but then again...
You have to stop yourself.
I have to stop making Game of Thrones references. But he's been bad the whole time, apparently. And he goes, simplify! And so they start fist fighting. No longer is it from the first person perspective, unfortunately. Yeah. So you have this fist fight. And Reaper gets stabbed through the hand. But he's okay with that. And he gets through and he fights.
Yeah.
And he hides. He does like a stealth bit where they hide behind the walls.
Yeah, this bit was alright.
This bit wasn't as cool as the whole FPS bit. That bit was genuinely amazing.
Yep.
And towards the end, we're like, okay, so there's a Chekhov's grenade, which we didn't mention earlier, but there is a grenade of some kind that Lucy gave Reaper.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So towards the end of this fight, with like the barbed wire and all this cool shit that happens in it, Sarge, aka The Rock, gets thrown in through the arc, through the liquid glass thing.
Oh yeah, the goo ball.
The goo ball. Reaper throws it. By the way, he's been stabbed through the hand. But because of his new genetic enhancements, he's now like ultra badass. He's turned on God mode. He's entered the God mode cheat code. Yeah. Essentially. And he gets he throws the grenade through. And I think, doesn't he say, oh fuck, or some shit? Yeah. He says, oh shit. and then there we go. Sarge is dead. Okay. And we have a generic happy ending with Lucy being saved in his hands. And again, I kept thinking they were lovers, but now that I know that they're brother and sister, it's actually way creepier.
Yeah, it's way creepier than...
It's way weirder.
And then the movie just kind of ends.
And the movie just kind of ends there. Yep. So that was, that, my friends, was Doom 2005.
It's...
honestly, I genuinely have to say, yes, there's a lot of like boring parts of the movie throughout like the middle and all that where it's like incredibly boring, but it was worth watching just for that one scene.
Yeah, for sure.
But then again, you could probably find just that one scene on YouTube. Yeah. Just go look up that one scene where it's actually a first-person shooter scene. It is genuinely amazing.
Yeah, it's great. And then watch Hardcore Henry.
Yeah, watch Hardcore Henry, which I've never seen, so I don't know how good it actually is.
I think maybe I ought to show you that at some point.
Maybe you should show us
Hardcore
Henry. That would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and so with that in mind, now you may have noticed over the past few episodes, we have not rated any of the movies, and that's because we don't normally rate movies.
Yeah.
Personally, however, I'm going to rate this movie a big fucking gun out of 10. That's not a joke. That's like, it's a... wait, hold on, I'll try and come up with something. I'm going to rate this a... pervert getting covered in shit out of 10. That's my favorite.
I'd give it a broken shotgun out of 10.
Broken shotgun out of 10. Okay, broken shotgun out of 10. Okay, so what's on deck next week?
Oh boy.
Because we alluded to earlier that we were going to have a lot of fun with next week.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. Next week we'll be looking at the Happy Time Murders. Yes, that's right. The infamous Happy Time Murders. The movie about a bunch of puppets. Where they say fuck a lot. Where they say fuck. And they say, and there's like lots of swearies and shit. And lots of innuendos. And sexual innuendos of various kinds. And it's about Melissa McCarthy, who does Melissa McCarthy things. Yeah, like shouting a lot and stuff. And yeah, we don't want to spoil too much, but you're going to want to tune in. You're going to want to tune in next week because it's going to be a ride. Yeah, trust us. Not in the Irish slang version of that, thankfully, but it'll be a good ride. So with that,
with that on deck, next week, I think it's time we say goodbye. We don't have a proper outro yet. We have an intro. We don't have an outro
We'll
yet.
think of something eventually.
We'll think of something eventually. So thank you so much for listening. We have a Twitter account now, don't we?
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me get up the handle.
Get that. I think I know what the handle is. I think it's 2 guys bad movies.
Yeah.
Number 2 guys bad movies, no spaces, obviously, because it's the Twitter handle.
Yeah, just let me confirm.
I'm fairly certain that it is. You can follow us there on Twitter.
Yeah.
You can listen, of course, not just on the particular platform that you're listening to this on. We have Spotify. We have Google Play. We have whatever Breaker, Radio, something.
Yep, we're on Anchor. We're all over the place.
We're all over the place when it comes to this particular show. So it is, in fact, I'm fairly certain that it is actually 2 guys
bad movies.
Yeah,
it's 2 guys bad movies. On
Number
Twitter.
2 guys bad movies.
Yeah,
Follow
no
us
spaces.
No spaces. And we'll keep you up to date. Look forward to next week's episode. And with that,
peace out.
Peace out.